Hey, today we're diving into the Gloom with new missions, enemies, and more. Alongside that, I'll review the CEO's post on cross-save progression, go over the latest major order message briefing, discuss the new patch, and cover a ton more. If you find the video helpful at any point, please consider hitting the like button below, subscribing, and turning on notifications. Alrighty, Helldivers, we can finally dive right into the Gloom. We've got new missions, we've got a new message briefing, and we've also got new enemies and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and dive right into the message briefing first. If you're nowhere near your computer or console, then allow me to go over it right now. So right here it says, the Xenoentomology Center on Turin has released its first line of prototypes for Gloom-resisting equipment. Communication systems and spore filters are ready for use in low-density Gloom. This announcement comes not a day too soon. The astrophysicists on Fori Prime, in their quest for knowledge about dark energy and the Meridian Singularity, have been depleting their allocated E710 at an alarming rate. However, there is a Terminid ecosystem full of untapped potential within reach, the Gloom. Proven to increase E710 potential in Terminids, the Spore Cloud represents a new frontier for science, progress, and the indomitable human spirit. The Helldivers have been granted the privilege of being the first to venture into this new frontier. Fortuitously, Gloom conditions on Fori Prime are remarkably favorable at the moment. The Helldivers are ordered to seize the opportunity and survey the planet for the E710. Now, if we head over to Fori Prime, there's actually a few new missions, newish missions, I guess I could say that. So right here, I'll just name a few, and you'll also see it on the video here. So we've got collect Gloom spore readings. We've now got a colony mission. Yes, we can actually travel to urban environments and fight the Terminids there. I'll actually go over that here soon. But this right here specifically is chart Terminid tunnels. There's another colony mission. This one is collect meteorological data. Collect Gloom-infused oil, and apparently you just extract some samples of oil that has been exposed to the Gloom. The major order is quite simple. We liberate Fori Prime, we extract 100 million samples, and then we have to kill 1 billion Terminids on Fori Prime, and that's it. And we have 5 days to do this. Have a feeling we'll get this done maybe 2 days in, maybe 3 days in, but yeah, that's pretty much it. With that being said, let's go ahead and check out the colony missions and see exactly what has changed with the Gloom and the urban environments. It's actually pretty cool, so let's go ahead and check it out right now. Okay, in this clip right here, you're going to see some new enemies, such as these cloudburst enemies. There's actually a larger version of them, which is right here, and then you'll see a smaller one later on in the video. And when they burst, they can stun you, they can inflict damage. So try not to get too close to them, as you will, receive damage, right? Alright, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at what the urban environment looks like. Now, the urban environment here looks completely different from the Illuminates urban environment, as well as the Automaton urban environment. You're going to see some of those hive structures that have been attached to the buildings, and it looks great, guys. I think this is really just a unique biome now. It's completely different from the others, which is what I was hoping for. I'm sure you guys were also hoping for that as well. And yeah, it's completely different. Now, as we get closer to the hive nest here, we're going to be able to plug holes within the urban environment, which is really cool. But for me in this clip, unfortunately, things got a little bit intense here. I mean, I was, attacked by a charger, there was an impaler, there's brood commanders, there's the new enemy types. I mean, there's a lot going on here. And those little ones I talked about, the little spore cloud burst enemies? Yeah, you can see them right here in that clip. And I mean, this whole entire environment is completely insane now. There's so many different enemies attacking you from all sorts of corners, and you're also trying to plug a bunch of holes. I mean, it's chaotic right now. With the urban environments to the side, we're not going to check out the new missions in-game. I know you Helldivers out there are looking forward to this as well as I am, so let's go ahead and check it out right here. First off, we have a collect Gloom spore readings, and basically all you do is send down a probe, you guard it, there's 2 that you have to deploy down and guard. Then you head to the radar tower, and then you send it out, essentially. That's pretty much the summary of that mission, basically. So as we are going through these new missions, I would like to know your opinions about it. Are you happy with it? Are you not? I know a lot of people were, upset about how there was a lack of content, but now there's some new missions, new enemies. I would like to know your overall thoughts about everything, so start commenting down below right now, and I'll be sure to comment or actually respond to a few of those comments. So go ahead and start chatting away. The next mission is to collect Gloom infused oil. This is pretty much the same as collecting the E710 fuel, if you guys know what I'm talking about, where you just go to these terminals, you activate the valves, and that's pretty much it. And there's not too much with it. The colony mission for extracting research probe data is pretty much something we've also seen before. You just land down, you go to these probe datas, or whatever you want to call them, pod datas, I should say, and you just basically activate it. That's really it. You can pick up the samples and whatnot. One thing I did notice on this mission is that there's a side objective for destroying eggs. I don't believe this was possible before. Now, sure, it is a mission that you currently can go to on other planets, but I don't believe it was ever a side objective. Now you have the option to do that if you want to, and I think that's kind of cool. Continuing forward, there is also another mission here, but this one is quite similar to the Illuminates planet, where you collect the black box. You go to the radar tower or whatnot, and you insert that black box into the slot, and then from there you just activate it, and boom, it's done. All in all, is it new? Not really. I mean, you could do this on the Illuminate planets, you could never do it on the Terminid planets, but now you can. On a completely different note, we do have a brand new patch, 01.002.105. And all this patch really does is resolve crash fixes and also resolves a ship module purchase issue. Now, specifically right here it says, fix a rare crash that could occur when traveling between planets. They also fixed a crash that would occur during the initial language selection. And last but not least, fixed a crash causing the cancellation specific emotes with another emote. On the other hand, if you're wondering what the ship module issue was, it says right here, fixed a bug where ship modules would sometimes not be purchasable even if you had the correct amount of samples. So yeah, that's a bug that was just patched. Recently I noticed it because on PlayStation, I've got everything unlocked. However, on PC, I don't, and when I try to purchase a ship module, I couldn't buy it for some reason. And that's the reason why, so that's interesting. Also, with the latest patch, we can now observe all 3 pages on the Superstore. Yes, you can go through each tab, there's 3 pages, and you have a larger selection now to choose different armors, which I think is really cool, and I can't wait to see what they do, especially when they add the Killzone 2 crossover again. That's going to be awesome for a lot of us. On a similar note, I believe some new audio was added because the main NPC right here, I don't believe he's ever talked about the Gloom or anything specific about the Gloom. Right here, I'm going to play it, so let me know your overall thoughts about this.
You will be among the first to foray into the depths of the Gloom. We know not what horrors lurk within. Be ready for anything, Helldiver. Within the Gloom, the Terminids have been enhanced to even deadlier predators, but they remain mere quarry for democracy's elite. The Gloom has altered the very air of the worlds caught in its haze. Once familiar worlds are now foreign lands, nesting grounds for skittering new monstrosities. All of posterity's...
Yeah, that audio right there, I'm almost certain is new. I don't believe we've ever had him say, hey, you guys are diving into the Gloom for the very first time, and now he says it. Now, not only did they add some new audio, but there's actually a new Ministry of Truth broadcast. Right here you can see...
Freedom's greetings. I'm your host, Coretta Kelly. Tonight's top story. In a historic collaboration between the Ministries of Expansion, Science, and Defense, Super Earth High Command is launching its first large-scale expedition into the Gloom. The spore cloud has grown to cover large portions of Terminid territory since its mysterious appearance. It has been described by Ministry of Science officials as a biological abnormality created under extraordinary evolutionary pressure and spooky. What it could be hiding has been the subject of intense speculation, but no theories have been confirmed. Now, the Helldivers have been entrusted with leading an expedition into this hostile environment. When successful, this initiative stands to revolutionize our understanding of Terminid biology. Coming up next, the Team Cape craze. A sign of disrespect or a step towards enlistment. Stay tuned.
Next up, let's go over his CEO's response about cross-save progression. This Helldiver asked about it, and in response, the CEO said, it's on the wish list. Then the same Helldiver said, can I ask what that means? In response, Shams wrote, we are aware of the ask, it's on a list, one day we might do it. Yeah, he says one day they might do it, and that one day might be when, all the regions are unblocked. As of late, they have unblocked a lot of regions, but not all the regions. And once they're able to implement PSN Link as an optional thing, then sure, we might just get cross-save progression as well as some additional content. If you're wondering what I mean about additional content, PSN Link is optional for certain games like God of War Ragnarok, and even The Last of Us. If you do choose to do this, you will receive certain items or armor or something like that, if I recall correctly. We're now going to move along and talk about the crashing. With the latest update, there's some issues now. Right here, the community manager wrote, the fog clouds inside the Gloom are interfering with the Super Destroyer's systems across the galaxy. Helldivers are experiencing crashes on high combat rating Gloom missions. We have isolated the issue and we are working on a hotfix as we speak. But until the fix is tested and ready, we are temporarily disabling certain enemies inside the Gloom to stop these crashes. You will still be able to play missions, and it will count towards MO progress. Yeah, unfortunately, if you log in today and you don't see the enemies we've just gone over, there's a good reason for that, and that's due to the crashing. They're going to resolve it soon, so give it time, and eventually that patch will roll out. I'd assume maybe tomorrow you'll see it, but who knows. Last but not least, for today's video, we have the top 3 comments. If you guys would like to be featured in the next video, all you have to do is comment down below, and that's it. The first top comment is from Touching Grass. People really need to adapt to the new Predator strain enemies. They keep playing like the good old days, and you just can't. You're absolutely right. You have to try out new loadouts, you have to try out new tactics, and all that good stuff. The second top comment is Slipstream4927. My QOL requests the ability to save multiple loadouts we can make and quickly switch between. Yes, I believe other Helldivers out here would agree with you on that. We absolutely need that. The last top comment is by Mooner Ring. My favorite griefer moment is when the host kicks you when the ship lands and you can still get on the ship and get the full XP. Without a doubt, you're not wrong at all, and it's so awesome that the developers implemented that a long time ago, and I agree with you. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And thank you to everyone that supports the channel. I appreciate all the support, especially the members. I appreciate you guys commenting and all that good stuff. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.